Imagine you leave home at 8 in the morning with everything figured out. You know what time you'll arrive, where you're having lunch, how you're getting back. But by 3 in the afternoon, the transit payment system is down, your phone is at 10% battery, and suddenly you need to write down an address someone is giving you over the phone before the call drops. You have no paper, no pen, no way to charge your phone. None of those three things is a serious emergency. But all three together create the kind of frustration that can easily turn into a real problem. Situations like that happen all the time. They're not disasters. They're small cracks in the day that show up when you're far from home, when things don't cooperate, when technology fails, or when something just takes way longer than expected. And the difference between getting through it in one piece or ending the day exhausted and defeated often comes down to whether you had 2 or 3 simple things on you that could have handled those moments. That's the idea behind a mini urban survival kit. It's not a military backpack. It's not a collection of explorer gadgets. It's a small, lightweight, low-profile set of objects that anyone can carry every day, designed to solve everyday problems, not apocalyptic ones. The right question to ask before putting one together isn't what would happen in the worst possible scenario. It's what have you needed in the last few months that you didn't have with you when you needed it. The first thing to understand when building a good kit is that size and weight matter just as much as usefulness. If the kit is uncomfortable, if it takes up too much space, if it feels awkward to pull out in public, it's going to end up forgotten in a drawer. The best kit isn't the most complete one. It's the one you actually carry with you. That means choosing with intention, not hoarding things just in case. Every item needs to justify its spot with at least 2 or 3 situations where it would genuinely come in handy. A small flashlight is one of those items, not to replace the one on your phone, but to stop depending on it. When your phone is low on battery and you need to move through a dark hallway, an emergency stairwell, a basement, or a poorly lit area at night, having a compact flashlight with its own batteries completely changes the situation. There are small models that fit in any side pocket, run for hours, and cost almost nothing. A portable battery pack and a short charging cable go together as one idea. There's not much to explain here. Your phone is today the most important tool most people carry for communication, navigation, payments, and staying in touch. Running out of battery isn't just an inconvenience. It means losing access to almost everything. A small power bank, one that can charge your phone once or twice, fits in any pocket and weighs very little. Add a short cable rolled up next to it, and you have a complete solution for long waits, power outages, unexpected trips, or any situation where there's no outlet nearby. Paper and a pen might seem old-fashioned, but they fill a gap that technology still hasn't fully covered. When your phone breaks, gets lost, or dies, contacts written on paper become invaluable. An address, an emergency number, a doctor's information, a bus schedule in a place with no signal, instructions someone gave you verbally. All of that needs paper and something to write with. Carrying a folded sheet and a small pen or pencil is almost a basic act of independence. And if you ever need to leave a message somewhere, paper works when nothing else does. A cloth bandana or small piece of fabric takes up almost no space and can serve a surprising number of purposes. Wiping something down, shielding yourself from the sun, securing an object, protecting your hand from something hot, wrapping something fragile, or applying temporary pressure to a minor cut or scrape. It's not a medical supply, but in everyday situations, a piece of fabric does things nothing else can quite replicate. Bandages and basic adhesive strips are the first aid item you'll actually use most often day to day. A small cut, a blister from a long walk, a scrape. Nothing serious, but annoying and uncomfortable if you have nothing to cover it with. A small pack of a few different-sized bandages weighs nothing, takes up no space, and can make the rest of your day manageable instead of miserable. If you take regular medication, carrying an extra dose follows the same logic. Everyone knows what they take and whether it's safe for them. The idea is to carry what's yours, not to build a kit for every possible scenario. A small plastic bag, or a very compact reusable bag, has more uses than it seems. It can protect the contents of your bag from unexpected rain, keep wet clothes separate from everything else, carry something you pick up along the way, hold trash when there's no bin nearby, or create a small waterproof barrier around something important. Some fold down to the size of a fist. Cash is one of the most underrated resources in the age of digital payments. Systems go down. Card readers stop working. A dead phone can't pay for anything. In those moments, having a few bills on you, even a small amount, can be the difference between catching a ride, handling an urgent situation, or solving a basic problem without waiting for something electronic to start working again. You don't need to carry much, but carrying something is a smart call. Strong adhesive tape, the kind that sticks well to irregular surfaces, is a quick repair and improvisation tool. It can hold something broken together, reinforce something coming apart, seal a bag, mark something, improvise a label, or temporarily hold something in place after it falls. A small piece wrapped around a pencil or your pen adds almost nothing to the total weight. There's one less obvious item worth mentioning: a small whistle. Not for panic situations, but as a signaling tool. If someone needs to get attention in a noisy place, in an emergency where their voice won't carry far enough, or in a situation where they need to be located from a distance, a whistle makes consistent, loud noise without draining any energy. Some are the size of a coin, and a small reusable water bottle, as basic as it sounds, matters more than you'd expect during long waits, hot days, unexpected walks, or situations where there's no easy place to buy something. Dehydration affects your focus and decision-making before you even feel seriously thirsty. How you organize all of this depends on you. It can go in a small pouch inside your bag, in a fixed outer pocket, in a small fabric case, or spread across different spots depending on what you reach for most. What matters is that it's accessible, and not a jumbled mess where you have to unpack everything to find what you need. The kit isn't something you put together once and forget about. It needs occasional checking. Make sure the battery pack is charged, the bandages aren't expired, the paper is dry, the flashlight works, the cash is still there, and nothing is broken or worn out. A monthly check takes less than 5 minutes and makes sure the kit will actually do its job when the moment comes. Everyday preparedness isn't about expecting something bad to happen. It's about reducing small vulnerabilities that already exist in the routine of anyone who spends hours away from home. A mini urban kit doesn't solve major emergencies, doesn't replace medical care, doesn't substitute for good judgment, and doesn't eliminate risk. But it does give you more room to maneuver, more time to think, more options to act on, more ability to figure out the next step without needing everything to work perfectly. A small flashlight, a charged battery pack, a piece of paper with a phone number written on it, a couple of bandages, and a little cash are minor objects. Until one day, they turn out to be exactly what stood between a difficult situation and something much worse.